right. So a little bit about my backstory. Um, about 4.5 years ago, I was probably at my lowest point. I was never really overweight. I mean, total so far, and not even so far because I'm done losing weight. I'm about as skinny as you can get without going too far, right? So right now I'm just maintaining being healthy, okay? Um, but I've lost like 30 pounds, 35 pounds, something like that. So a little bit, but I was maybe what you would call a skinny fat. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? But a lot of my issue was internally. Um, I I'm a mom of 3 kids, Kay, and when we started having kids, my body never really got back to where it was before, like in high school, right? Um, I wasn't living the dreams that I had I was going to live in high school. My husband and I were high school sweethearts, got married right out of high school, had our son that following April. And then what do? You go to work, right? So you go to work, you come home, you take care of kids, you're exhausted, you don't have time for yourself. I remember there were days when I was like, I don't even have time to shave my legs, right? And so like when you feel like you're always giving, 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 there's nothing left for yourself. I was extremely depressed, but my husband Scott, he didn't want me to go and get on antidepressants or anything like that because he didn't want that on my record. So I went without anything. I was very sad. We fought a lot, and this is really hard to admit, but there were days when I didn't have to work that I would just stay in bed all day, and because I just didn't even have the desire to even live that day, which is ridiculous. And if any of you guys are moms, which I think a lot of you are, you know that is no way to be a mom. To stay in bed all day and think to yourself, okay, the kids know where the pantry is, they can figure it out. So it was a very low point. Financially, we were living paycheck to paycheck, and not even at that. On payday, I'd pay all the bills, and we'd be in the negative already for the next 2 weeks, already in the negative. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do it? So we'd fight a lot about finances. Then my husband Scott got invited to join a fitness accountability group, right? And by one of his friends from softball. And I was like, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And I said, okay, well, it's not going to work because I've tried pills, I've tried diets, I've tried gym memberships, I've tried eating, I've tried not eating. Like I had tried everything, right? And nothing worked, nothing changed the way I look, nothing changed the way I felt. So I told him, go ahead, it's not going to work though because nothing works. This is just how I'm going to be the rest of my life. And he's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I was like, you're still going to do it? And so then that fear sets in of, well, what if it does work? And what if I get left behind, right? Like nobody wants to get left behind. So I kind of earned my way into the group by joining him, doing the workouts and whatnot. And 3 months later, because we did a 90-day program, 3 months later, I was shocked at how much better I felt, at how much happier I was, at how much better our marriage was. And I lost a bunch of weight, which I could see on the scale. But when I put that before picture, which you're all going to want to do, when I put that before picture next to my after 90 days picture, I was shocked because I had tried everything, remember, and nothing worked. But this worked. And so I knew at that point that there are other people out in the world going through the same things that I was going through, and possibly even suicidal like I was. That I knew that I could help them. So that's when I became a coach and wanted to help others achieve what I had achieved. So I've been a coach for about 4 years now and absolutely love it. We get our workout done every day. We eat healthy. And then I help others like you get going. Right now in my life, I've also got some pretty crazy things going on. A couple of years ago, I found out that my brother was having he was at the beginning stages of kidney failure. And when that happened, I had this like immediate strong feeling that I have kept feeling that way ever since of I had a feeling I would end up giving him one of my kidneys. Never once did I hope that that's what it would come to. Never once did I really even like logically think that that is what it would come to. But my brother, he, back in May, went and got tested. His kidneys were functioning at 30%, which was still okay. Less than a month and a half goes by, and they dropped to 19%. Okay, that's a big drop in less than 2 months. The next week, they dropped to 17%. The next week, they dropped to 16%. And this last week, they dropped down to 14%. He is in end stage kidney failure. Oh my gosh, and this it gets me every time I talk about it. He's at end stage kidney failure, and he is refusing dialysis. He's been refusing a transplant. He's so scared that getting a transplant is just going to prolong his life by a couple of years of feeling like crap. And he's done feeling like crap. I'm 34. My brother's 36. He's only 36 years old. And just Sunday, just a couple of days ago, I found out that he's going to start the paperwork to start getting donors tested. And the best donor comes from a sibling, right? And so I'm really, really super excited about that. But it just makes me think back to when I started. Maybe I went down this journey not only to save my life personally, which it did, because I honestly do not believe that I would be here without heading down this road. Because not only do we help others lose weight and get fit, right? We do personal development so that we're also helping our mind, and helping others and gaining friends and friendships through joining our team. Just a second, Drew. Yeah? Okay. But maybe I started down this journey, that was my son, he's 15, started down this journey not only to save my life, but to save my brother's as well. Because if you don't know, when you donate a kidney, you have to eat healthy and you have to exercise daily because you only have one kidney to function your body. And I've already done all that. And the lifestyle that I have now, I do not plan on changing that. You know, I plan on working out every single day the rest of my life. I plan on eating healthy the rest of my life. And not only just so that I make sure that I maintain my body condition, it makes me feel good, right? Like I said earlier, it was more of internal transformation that I had. Anyhow, so that's a little bit about me, a little bit about how this group is going to go. I'm pretty sure this video went a lot longer than I intended it to go, but I hope you guys will watch it and really feel what it is that, as a coach, what we have to offer and help others achieve, as well as helping ourselves in the process.